All right, here we go. You know what it is? It's the basement or between takes or the full convo, hey, whatever it is. I'm just happy that you are watching right now. And we are having actually a very overdue conversation. My brother, baby Bash,
Yes, sir.
the
What it do,
Smokin Nephew
baby?
is in the building.
Yee!
Ronnie Ray, what else they call
All
you,
day,
bro?
young wheat bread, the smoking nephew, the smoking primo. Don't
I've
panic.
never heard Young
It's
Wheat Bread.
organic. Well, young wheat bread was actually my first rap name. So
Really?
the people that know me from back in the day, they'll still go, "What's up, young wheat bread?" Yeah, I don't know why I named myself that, but yeah, wheat bread was my first name.
you don't,
I don't even know why.
you have no idea where the inspiration
It
came.
just
You just
sounded
said, "Yo,
dope one day. I said, "Yeah,
Young Wheat Bread,
'cause
man."
yeah, young wheat bread in the building.
Oh man, so welcome to Vegas.
Yes, I love it.
First
Love it.
time here to Culture Kings.
Yes, and I love.
What was
Culture
your
Kings,
first
too.
impression when you walked through those doors?
Well, I was not expecting what I seen when I walked out of the elevator. Well, that's when I did my story on Instagram with you because
Yeah.
you walk out this elevator and you think, oh, cool, I'm gonna go see some cool clothes, real quick little store. Because every city I go to, the clothing stores there, they'll bring me around, right, and they'll bring me the store. Good stores, good people. But when I came out the elevator on this one, it was like, oh my God, it's huge and lit up, and just the whole energy and was vibrant. It's just
It's like a
that's a
nightclub.
good
in here.
word. Yeah, it's
There's
just
a lot going
vibrant
on. It's crazy.
clothing store that makes you feel like you're at a nightclub.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, you serve drinks in here?
That is soon to come.
Oh wow, that's
Soon
even
to
dope
come,
too.
man. But we do have a plethora of Red Bulls in here.
Yes, gotta have the
Water,
Red
stuff
Bull in
like
you.
that. But yeah, well, there is a Fat Tuesdays next door, man. If you want one of them yardstick,
Well, there
margaritas.
Well, there it is. You get it all over here.
Hey,
Culture
that's
Kings.
as Vegas as it gets, man. Hey, well, I'm happy you're here. You performed last night at Ghost Bar
Yeah,
at the Palms. How was that show?
it was love. It was on top of the rooftop, outdoor, the breeze, all the people singing word for word. The music. It was a great vibe. I've been on the road for 23 years, and it's just the vibe just keeps on moving, just keeps on grooving.
That's crazy. 23 years you've been doing
3
this.
years I've been on the road, traveling, doing shows. Except 1 year only off was the pandemic year.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, I'm busy this year more than when Sugar Sugar was #1 on the radio in the world. It's weird to me.
You got to be kidding me. For real?
Nah,
Wow.
I'm doing more shows now than I have ever. Whenever I had the songs on the radio charting and shit.
That's wild.
Can we
I mean,
cuss? We're good to cuss.
yeah.
Okay,
Say whatever
okay.
the fuck you want.
Yeah,
You're good.
charting and shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's wild. But I mean, would you accredit that to like the resurgence in like the 2000s, era, like the era of the 2000s, like R&B, rap era? I feel like a lot of artists from that era like coming back and doing a lot of shows and stuff like that. Would you say that that's like the reason why you were that much more busy this year than even before, or
I never really thought of it like that, but that makes a good point because
this is big right now?
yeah, and I just think people want some good music. I just think the music quality is part of it. A lot of the songs that you're right. There's so many old school shows going on now, and they're always sold out. And it's so funny. They might not have nothing current on the radio, but the shows be sold out. And I don't know if that has to do with maybe just I think some of the songs are more long lasting at that time than today's songs will be more forgotten, I believe, in 50, 30,
No,
40
yeah,
years.
no, I
You know what
agree.
mean? I just think it's like we were talking about earlier, the rhythmic, the R&B, hip hop, you know what I mean? The kind of like rhythm, rhythm stays in your head. Melodies are in your head forever. Melodies is almost like a hypnotism, and that's how I did my career, was just melodies and cool ass vibes. And I think eventually people will love to go to shows and have fun, and without having to worry about some crazy shit jumping off. You can go to a Baby Bash show and you ain't got to really worry about shooting shit up. You can go to a, old school '90s show, or
Ja
R&B
Rule
2000,
concert, something like
mid
that, yeah.
condition. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And I think you can go to them shows without having to worry about crazy shit jumping off.
Yeah.
And maybe that has something to do
It's a
with
big part.
yeah.
It's a big
Yeah.
part. I read this crazy stat about how there were, I don't know, I think there was like 10,000 records came out in a year, and not one record had charted in the top 100
Yeah.
in regards to rap and R&B and stuff
Yeah.
like that, which is a wild stat. And so
Yeah.
I think you're hitting it like on the head when it comes to people just want good music, and the music of today, the quality is not necessarily where it's been, like, like back in the day, So
Yeah.
people want to take it back to, the good vibes, the good melodies, the
Melodies,
sing along stuff that
the
they're
sing
like,
along. That's
it
why
hits
people
you
like.
right here.
And then if you, when
There's
you
nothing
talk
like
about
that out right now.
when you talk about sing and guess who's charting? The sing-alongs,
Yeah.
the countries, the pop hits. You know what I mean? All the little sing-along hits, because I think you're right. The sing-alongs are what people really, really want to do. I think production and music-wise also, everybody can't copy everybody and be the same. Eventually, it's going to catch up. Eventually. And I think right now we're at eventually. You know what I'm saying? It worked for a while, but
No,
now
absolutely.
at this point we might be at the eventually stage in life in music. So I don't know. We'll see. But I just loved, all my shows they're sold out, and it's just amazing. You see the crowd. I see the grandmothers, the mothers, and the babies, the daughters. It's so.
You're a generational artist, bro.
I like that. I like that.
You are
Yeah,
a
I like that.
generational artist.
And the song Sugar
That's
Sugar and
amazing.
Cyclone and Baby I'm Back, I own all my publishing, so I get to see where it generates the money. And them songs still get played thousands of times a day across the world. There's so many platforms now. It's not like just radio back then. There are so many platforms for streaming, and I think that's why a lot of companies are buying people's publishing. If you notice that, a lot of people are selling publishing because
More outlets for it.
And I think the companies see that, and I also think the rate, my lawyer, I got one of the baddest lawyers in the game, Dina LaPolte. She's on the front lines of the artists making more money off streaming instead of a half a quarter of a penny. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So she's on the front lines trying to get a raise so the artists can get more money, because it's a bootleg world and crazy world. So I think the companies see that streaming is going to end up giving more money for publishing, so they'll go buy your publishing for $10 million. And then double it once.
I was about to say, what's the profit on
and
that?
then double it. You know what I'm saying? So I've had a couple of offers on mine. I'm keeping mine for right now. I don't feel like doing all that, so I'm good.
Like what would push it over the hump for you to sell your publishing?
Man, I had to be a
The
chunky
music's so
amount. It'd have
personal.
to
You
be
can't
beefy.
just
yeah.
You can't just put a number on that. It's a personal thing.
Yeah, my babies. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just tell my babies, man, you got to break some big bread, man. But the right number. And I still need some kind of percentage, I think I'd probably say, hey, 80-20. Give me 10 milli, and then for 10 years, and then we'll do 80-20.
Okay.
Something like that, It has to be like an NBA contract, you know what I'm saying? The thing's so crazy about when you think of athletes and music, right? They always say they intertwine. Athletes, musicians want to be athletes, athletes want to be musicians.
Facts.
But the thing about afterlife, depending on how you work it, after basketball or baseball or whatever's over, I think they have a pension sometimes now. But musicians, if we own our royalties, we're going to keep making money forever.
That's your pension, pretty much.
And that money,
that's your retirement.
And that money is going to go to my kids,
and
it's going to go to their kids, because the songs will never die.
Wow, that's
I think
deep right there.
That's the musician's angle. That's why I always say, if you create it, own it. I understand sometimes you gotta, hey, you're gonna help me out. You deserve your percentage too, but try to own all your compositions. It's forever.
Damn, that's a bar right there, people. That is a bar. And I know we have a lot of artists that tap into the full convo and the radio show and the podcast in general. But that's a real gem right there. Real gem. Some of your classics are how old now? When did Sugar Sugar come out?
Sugar Sugar came out in November, late October, and close to Christmas of 2003.
Wow.
And you know why I know? You know why I know it was close to Christmas?
20 years old. It's about to be able to buy a drink out here.
Man, 20-year anniversary.
Oh,
man.
my God.
We call that song the song that keeps on giving.
It does keep on giving.
Because remember when Robin Schultz redid it, the EDM version? Robin Schultz, yeah.
Show Me Love.
And I own that one too, right? So
wow. You own Show Me Love?
No, not Show Me Love.
Oh, I was like, what?
No, Robin Schultz.
Okay, yeah.
Robin Schultz. He redid. He did.
Oh
like
no, yeah.
He did EDM version. EDM version.
He did the house
Sugar.
version.
Yeah,
Robin
yeah.
Schultz, and he did the Sugar Sugar.
Yeah.
And
it went like #1 in 16 countries. It has like 1 billion views with a B on. But I own it.
You got paid off that.
Yeah, we gave him 10%.
Okay.
Just out of just on GP, just on GP. Here you go, man. Good luck. I never knew it. My lawyer called me saying, "Hey, Bash, she signed it for me. I didn't even sign this shit. She said, we just signed this song for Robin Show. He's a big DJ in Germany, and the song they're gonna ship out 1 million." I'm like, what? So I heard the song and I was like, oh hell no, because it was I'm not into that type of music is all right, but I'm not into like
Yeah.
the EDM shit, personally. So I'm
It's
like,
not. It's not your preference.
yeah. So instantly, my ego kicked in. Oh hell no, Dina, no, I don't like the song. She said, Bash, no. That's before she told me it was gonna ship 1 million. Bash, they're gonna ship 1 million. I said, there you got it, Dina. Good job. Good job, Dina. Good job. And that song, man, it was like I put Sugar out again. The checks were coming in like that. It was crazy.
Wow.
Publishing and shit. Yeah. So, that's why sometimes
That was actually a good record. It was actually like how we flipped it. It was tasteful. It was good.
It grew on me.
Yeah.
I ended up liking it. I ended up loving it, actually. I ended up loving it. But that goes to show you where your ego and your pride can fuck you off on some money. If she wouldn't have told me it shipped 1 million, I might have vetoed it. If she wouldn't have said, Bash, they're going to ship out 1 million off top, I might have vetoed it because I was like, hell no. Because like you said, music is like personal.
Yeah. It's your babies, man.
And I was like, man, I don't know. But thank God my ego, I chopped it down, you know what I'm saying? And my pride. And and that's forever too. That song's going to go on forever. Just like we said earlier, these songs, they're going to last forever. So just, try to own as many as you can.
That's an incredible story right there. I never knew that was the back end of that.
That's exactly how it
That's
went.
wild. Where you headed next, though?
Next, I got, I'm going to Los Angeles today for a private show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to Texas, right there by Austin, Texas on Sunday for a show. Me and MC Magic and Little Rob, we got a little legacy tour that we do every year. And God, they're so great. It's so great. So we're going to Texas tomorrow. But then, every weekend I'm out. I'm gone every weekend all the way until till December, I think. I'm gone every weekend.
Wow, till December.
Yeah, November we're
so
going to
you've got
Australia.
your whole entire 2023 pretty much committed already.
Yeah, my fucking manager, man.
That's a good thing,
that
though.
fucking guy.
It's a blessing, bro. It's a blessing. You know?
I know. I just
But
messing with him.
I mean, you were telling us earlier off camera that you were headed to Australia.
Yeah.
You're doing a tour with Gwen Stefani, Boys to Men.
Yeah, crazy.
Who else is on that bill?
Bash. I don't know who else is on it. Hev? Is Hev in there?
Oh, he in there, but yeah, they behind.
I don't
the
know.
soundproof
All I
glass.
remember is because I've turned them down twice. Australia.
Really?
Yeah, I've turned them down a couple times for these tours. Not with just they do like an R&B tour in Australia all the time. So I don't like the flight. I was tired of the flights. I was like, I ain't flying 16 hours. Woo, woo. I got on the line, talked personally to the promoter, and he was hella cool, broke it down to me. I liked his vibe. I liked the numbers that he was talking about. So
That's important.
So I'm going to Australia. I'm taking that 16-hour flight. I'll probably have to shit on the plane because that's a 16-hour flight. I hate shitting on planes. It's one of the worst things I hate doing in my life. But it's worth it for all my Australian people, man. I love them.
You're not. I mean, they always say you're not supposed to number 2 on the bus when you want a tour bus, but
That's
number
fine.
2 on the airplane, nah.
No, that's crazy. Even the first class, dog. They say, well, it's first class. No, it ain't that much room bigger. It ain't that much room, dog. Believe me.
It's the same bathroom. It's just the line's a little shorter.
Yeah, the line, exactly.
The walk is shorter. That's it.
I don't know how tall I'm because I'm 5'11". I can't imagine being 6'5" and shitting on a plane, dog. That's gotta be crazy. You're gonna touch some piss. You're touching pee somewhere, dog. Somewhere on the floor. You're touching piss, dog.
Oh man, well, you know what? When you're out there, we're gonna connect you with our family out there. Obviously, the Australian team out there would love to see you.
That'll be dope.
We've got 7, 8 of these out there, man. And it's
wow.
yeah, they Culture Kings is definitely it.
Nice.
In the Gold Coast in Australia and whatnot. I still am due to make a trip out there. Now that I work for this company, I'm like, yo, I gotta get out there,
Get
man.
your ticket for November, dog. Meet us
I
out
know,
there,
right?
bro.
My birthday's in November.
Meet us out there, dog.
I
I'm
might have to
telling you,
meet y'all
dog,
out there, man.
And like I said, the Culture Kings, I mean, the first time I heard about it was through you. And coming here, now I get it. I love the name. I love just the whole surrounding when I walked in. Just the whole vibe in here was so dope. So I can imagine Australia is going to be dope, too.
It's dope, man. It's dope. You gotta see it. You gotta
Thanks.
see it for sure. Man, you're here in Vegas. It's hot as hell.
see
You
what I'm
walked
wearing.
out of the,
Junk
out of the
glass.
town car in flip flops. Your flip flops were sticking to the pavement.
Man, it's hot out there, man. This is right here: t-shirt, basketball shorts, and chanclas, slip-on slides or whatever. We call them chanclas, but people call them. What do you call these? Slides?
Flip flops.
Okay, flip-flops. So
Slides. Yeah.
this is our dress code, like right now in Texas, because it's hot as hell out there too.
How long have you been in Texas now? Like as a resident, like living
I've
out
been
there?
there since 2000, so I've been there 23 years.
23 years.
I went to Texas, got my record deal 3 years later.
Wow.
Took 3 years.
But you're originally from the Bay Area.
Originally from Vallejo. Yeah.
Vallejo. There we go.
California.
707. Say it backwards.
707,
Come on.
baby. Yeah, it's crazy about my story, my journey, because I have a Vallejo story of my life.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Well, first time I
And then
heard
have a
about you was
Texas
through In
story
Too
of my
Deep.
life. That's even how I started doing music, was In Too
Yeah.
Deep started rapping, and I grew up with them, my friends, and they had a studio in Vallejo. So of course, when you're young and high school, you're like, man, the studio, all you think about is partying and bitches, you know what I'm saying? And go in the studio, and that's exactly what happened. So we'd go to the studio and hang out, and next thing you know, In Too Deep got on KMEL and blew the hell up with Back to the Hotel. So now it's like, okay, now we don't want to go to the studio just to fuck bitches. Now we want to create,
Yeah.
make music and make songs, because I see how it goes, and I could do this too. And that's how it started. You know, the craziest thing about my career is, this is very, very odd to me. Maybe it's normal. I didn't really start rapping. The way I started rapping was a guy I went to school with drove by how I was washing my grandpa's truck in the front yard. He drove by, and I wasn't really close friends with him, but I knew him. And he drove by and he was playing this beat. And I said, man, what are you doing here? He said, my mom just bought a house right down the street, so I'm going to live here now. I said, oh, wow. I said, that
What
beat.
part of Vallejo is this?
This is Bridgeside. I'm from the Bridge.
okay.
They had Hillside, Crest-side, South Side.
Bridgeside.
I'm from the Bridge, which is more centralized.
Yeah.
So I was friends with everybody because I played basketball in high school. So I was friends with all the enemies. They all fight each other for turfs.
So
I was
if you lived
friends
in the
with all of them.
Bridge, you went to what high
Hogan.
school? Hogan?
Hogan High School, yeah.
And Hogan had the girls, bro.
Yeah, Hogan.
I dated a
was,
couple girls that went to Hogan.
Hogan was.
Oh
yeah.
man, Hogan was
Yeah,
it.
Hogan High, and then you got to imagine. So In Too Deep went to Vallejo, but we knew him from family. So they blow up on the radio, Back to the Hotel. So now we're background dancers. You know what I'm saying? Now, hey man, we're going on the road with you guys. So now we're background. Me and my homie were just out there, just hyping up, pulling bitches. So now we're living that life. But all the time I was writing, and when I wrote my first, this is what I was getting back. My first song I ever did that I ever demoed in my life. First time I ever rapped in my life. The first time I ever put a demo, because back then we were doing demos and sending them to places. The first demo I ever did in my life had E40 on it.
Wow.
The first time I ever rapped in my life, E40 spit one of the hardest verses I ever. That song never even came out, so it's crazy. I still got it.
Damn.
But it's one of the.
You're gonna have to send that to me.
You want to hear it? It's pretty
Hell
dope.
yes.
Yeah. E40.
Yes.
And E40 wasn't. E40 was big in Vallejo in the Bay, but he wasn't national yet. But the guy, my homie Art Gonzalez, who was trying to be our manager, his girlfriend was best friends with E40's wife.
Yeah.
And he went to their house and said, hey, man, I got these. Can you put something on here? And he blazed it up. And the next thing you know, his rap was done before mine. Like, hey, we got a song with E40.
Damn.
You want to get on it? I'm like, man, hell yeah, I got to write.
So, I mean, how does that feel, though? Like, when you knew that E40 was going to gas on your track before you did, and you're like, yo.
I didn't know. I didn't know because I wasn't a rapper yet. Because like I said, I had never rapped before.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time I ever had to rap, I had to rap on a song with E40. Me and Rube, my partner, it was in Partner Deuce. We had a group called Partner Deuce.
Oh, man, I love Partner Deuce, bro.
Yeah, that was the group.
I
So
love
before
Partner
we even
Deuce.
did anything, that was our first song. And it had E40 on it. And he gassed it. And I was like, yeah, I got to send it to you, dog. It's hella dope. So, but I didn't know about getting nervous yet because E40 rapped on it. I just knew about, I got to write something, man. I get to do a song with E40. Because I think Federal was out. Remember Federal?
Mm-hmm.
Remember he had the cop behind him holding the gun on him, and he was like this. Okay, so the cop was Art Gonzalez, was my manager.
No way.
Yeah, that was the guy who played the cop with the gun
that.
to him. Yeah, so that's how the whole thing started. So it's like relationships, luck, timing, it all kind of wound up together for me. And then next thing you know, we got a record deal with Profile Records.
Partner Deuce.
Partner Deuce, man.
I loved
that's
my
that
partner,
group,
though.
Yeah, that's my
Damn,
partner.
I'm gonna listen to that in the car.
That's funny.
Oh my God, yeah, I remember growing up to all those records and hearing
That's
those
how it
records on
started.
KMEL, And like, yo, I want to say that like literally shortly after Pot and the Deuce came out, like I started interning at KMEL and stuff, man. Like what year was that?
94.
So yeah, 96.
93 we got our deal. It came out in 94. So and
Yeah.
it started coming out. Shit didn't really start rolling until like the end of 94, 95.
So 96 was when I started at KMEL.
So yeah.
And then I was interning for Franz and the Trace.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
that
Getting
alone
stuck on
probably,
Highway 420.
That's a whole nother movie probably by itself, dog. In them days.
Yo,
that's when radio was fun.
Yes.
That's when you could do some crazy shit.
Bro, we used to go to like the 3rd, 4th floor and just literally chief in between songs or during commercials. And you know what's crazy is that I remember when Biggie came to sit down with them, and I remember getting off the elevator and it was Franzen, Lil C's, Notorious B.I.G. and I was like, "Where y'all going?" He said, "Oh, we going to the 3rd floor right now." 3rd floor was the garage. Remember the garage?
Yeah, the garage we parked.
Yo, so they used to smoke on the 3rd floor of the garage every day. If you came to work around 6 o'clock,
so they were doing the 6 to 10.
Yeah, it did nights.
The drive, nights. Yeah, the drive home was 5 to. No, I'm trying to think. The morning, the midday, mommy, and then the drive.
It was
and
afternoon.
Nights.
Remember, it was Rick Chase.
Rick Chase, yeah.
Back in the day, remember he used to just cuss people out on the radio.
They loved him for that, right? I heard he smoked cigarettes and shit in the studio when he smoking cigarettes.
Dude, he didn't give a fuck, bro. He didn't give 2 fucks, man. God rest his soul, but man, he was a legend. I remember first starting at KMEL, and I never wanted to enter the studio when Rick Chase was on because you just never knew what you were gonna get. You never knew what you were gonna run into. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay out until Franny walks in, because and I remember there was one time actually I went in there, and he was like mumbling. Like, he like was in between like talk breaks. He would just mumble shit to himself, like he's mapping shit out. But that was the genius in him, just mapping shit out throughout the whole entire day. But I didn't know what he was doing until like literally later on. Like, yo, man, he was like literally like putting himself in situations and finding certain callers and shit like that to where it fit that situation he was like putting in his head,
Yeah, I mean, you got to admit, like, people used to love to listen to Rick Chase, and they was listening to him talk shit, or it was always about him and interaction with people. We used to love that shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God. He was definitely one of the most legendary shock jocks I've ever listened to, and that's what made me get into radio. Here we are.
And then you working with Trace and Franny also was a whole nother.
Oh man,
they were legends too. You know what I'm saying? That
Still
whole
are.
time, they still are.
Yeah.
At that time, but in the Bay, I bet you could make a documentary probably so crazy, dog. That'd probably be so dope just on that.
I would watch it. I would buy it. And if I had the millions, I would fund it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Man, speaking of smoking, you are the Smokin Nephew. Mm-hmm. You are a connoisseur.
I am a taste tester.
A taste tester.
Yes.
Who's somebody that you smoked with? Could be anybody, and you've been like, yo, I never in a million years ever think that I would smoke a chop with this person.
I never thought besides the athletes, a lot of athletes, professional athletes.
Who's somebody you just like was just like, yo?
Well, one time I was.
I'll tell you mine. Mine's Dave Chappelle.
Well, I never even been around Dave Chappelle, but that'd be dope as fuck.
That was wild. That was wild.
And yeah, that'd be. I mean, you got me because I was gonna say someone like Amari Stoudemire asked me, "Hey, don't."
That's great.
Because I remember being in Phoenix, and we're hitting the joint, and I know it was the NBA. It was an NBA party, and next thing I know, hey Bash, I know you're not gonna hit it without me. I look, it's Amari Stoudemire. I said, I didn't even know you smoke. I didn't know you could smoke. And this is back in the day when it was kind of like you couldn't smoke in the NBA.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit,
forbidden back then. Now the CBA allows them to
Oh, and another
partake.
One, another time was in Denver, Colorado. Big old summer jam, them summer jam things in Colorado. And back in the day, everyone has their dressing rooms. And for some reason, my dressing room was crack, and we had hella shit in there, bitches and fucking weed, all kind of weed. People passing weed. And next thing you know, hey Bash, can I hit that, man? Can I hit that? It was Little Bow Wow.
Oh wow!
Never met him in my life or nothing. Man, you know what I'm saying? And we're cool, but but that was the first time we ever met. And it was like I can't. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to pass him the joint because I don't know how old he is. And he was like, hey man, can you have everybody turn the cameras off and shit? And I'm like, hey everybody, shut the cameras off.
Here you go, young
like,
man.
Yeah, here you go. I should have asked him his age, dog. Shit. But I mean,
he was probably Bow Wow back then.
Yeah, he was teenager. Yeah,
he was Bow Wow.
Yeah, he was teenager for sure.
Yeah,
he was definitely a teenager. But it was cool. That was a very surprising thing. And Leon, what's his name? Leon.
Leon, what?
What's that actor's name? Leon, right?
I'm not sure.
It's a black dude. The actor. He played in damn hella movie. He played in the Five Heartbeats. He played in the Madonna video. Remember the Madonna video back in the day when she was like in church and it was a cross.
Was he on Friday? Nah.
Leon. He was in hella movie. He's an actor. He was on. Do you remember what's that one? Where they pushed the snowmobile, but from Jamaica, the Jamaican bobsled team.
I gotta be honest with you, and my significant other will tell you the same. I'm the worst with movies and actors.
Okay. Well, that was a trip. Leon. When you look up Leon,
yeah,
very cool dude. He has a little reggae band, but I remember one of my friends had him at his house. I was like, what the hell is he doing here? And he's smoking big weed. But the best weed goes to like Be Real and Burner, man. They always.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
From day one.
Shout out Burner one time.
Yeah, shout out to the Burn. Well, since day one, even Be Real, just God, every time he handed me something to smoke, it was just the best.
You're a big basketball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your team? I know you're wearing the Mavs, you know.
Yeah,
but you do a lot of work with them.
I do a lot of work with a lot of NBA teams. My team growing up, I was a Dr. J, Charles Barkley, Philadelphia 76ers guy. Then they traded Barkley to the Phoenix Suns. I became a Suns guy with Barkley, Kevin Johnson, KJ and Marley. Then started hanging out with Tony Parker and became a Spurs guy. I live in Houston, so I like the Rockets. Warriors, I go back to the Warriors. Run TMC was like my favorite team.
Me too, man.
Run TMC. People don't understand how good Mitch Richmond was.
Oh, he was amazing, bro.
People were not, and you asked Michael Jordan, he said, "Man, Mitch Richmond was a beast." But
Mullen too. Mullen had that wet three.
Hardaway, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hardaway
Hardaway
had skills.
Get in, kick it out to Mullen for the three, or give it to Mitch, and Mitch will just drive in and dunk on you. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have a specific team like that no more because everything got mushed around. But I like a lot of teams.
Yeah, you love the sport.
I love the sport.
You love the NBA.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna run through these real quick. Football, Niners, Raiders, Texans.
It'd probably be Raiders.
Okay.
I grew up all Raiders, everything. Ken Stabler, Jim Plunkett. I'm a big Jim Plunkett, getting into the Hall of Fame type guy. I think Jim Plunkett deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. We'll see.
We got to go to a game, man, out here.
Do it.
I got the plug. Jimmy Garoppolo, how you feeling about him?
Jimmy G, I think he can do it. I think, nothing too exciting. I think if he can get the job done, boom. Kind of like Rich Gannon. I don't know if you remember Rich Gannon. But
of course, yeah.
Rich Gannon wasn't the throw the bomb and spectacular, pretty guy to do it all. He dipped, dude, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl like that.
Let me ask you this. Baseball, A's, Giants, Astros, Rangers.
Well, growing up, I was definitely not a Giant. I was a Dodgers guy growing up.
You were a Dodgers guy growing up.
My brother was Giant.
I fuck with the Dodgers, though.
Back in them days, it was, I'm older, so I go back to Steve Garvey and Ron Say and Davy Lopes. I used to love Davy Lopes. I don't know why, because I played second base in the league. Davy Lopes. And then I became a Cubs fan. That's weird, because I'm more of a player. I follow players and whatever I became Andre Dawson. I was a big Andre Dawson.
He was a
fan.
beast.
The Hawk, yeah. I was a big. And then I discovered Ryan Sandberg, who was a beast.
Damn, Ryan Sandberg.
The Rhino. So I remember. So these players, I became with their teams. So, but if it comes as far as and my brother was a Giants, he liked Jack Clark and people. So we'd always fight and shit because back then, remember them games, Giants and Dodgers was like rivalry. So,
no, yeah, for sure, still is.
Yeah, still is.
It's calm though. It's calm now though. Obviously, being from the Bay Area, there's a big controversial move right now with the Oakland A's leaving Oakland and coming to Las Vegas.
They're coming to visit the Culture Kings in Las Vegas. Here come the A's, dog. You're ready.
I mean, how do you feel about that? Because a lot of people say that, hey, they should, stay in Oakland. The only problem is people haven't been attending games, or so they say. But then, they want to come here, start a new culture, all that other stuff. They're relocating, following the Raiders.
I really wish every team in life could have stayed where they were. But the sad fact is, economics, surroundings, environment, it all changes during time. I wish every team would stay. I wish every player would stay. I'm old school. I used to remember who was on the team every year. You know, now every year it's like, oh, he plays for him. You don't even know everything.
Turnover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people going to different teams and teams going to different cities. I wish they could all stay, but of course, in a perfect world, that'd be great. But we're not in a perfect world. The A's, I mean, it's the area, man. They never fix that area up. You know, and that's why they lost the Raiders and the Warriors. Warriors ain't there either.
They're in San Francisco.
Remember, they were all there.
They're all
you can
there.
go to one. I don't know if you can go right there to Oakland. It's one area. You'll see the Warriors, Raiders, and Oakland A's all right there next to each other.
Yeah.
And now
times are different.
You got to fly to Vegas to see two of them. You can go to Frisco over there to see the Warriors now.
Yeah. I haven't been to that state or to that arena yet, but I heard it's a movie. It's definitely an upgrade from Oracle. I do miss Oracle. I'm a big Warriors fan, but you know, I'm pretty excited to, you know, check out Chase finally, you know, after the pandemic. But
yeah, I've never been there either. I've performed at the 49er game last year at the playoffs, so
I was there.
Yep,
I was DJing that game. Yeah,
that's right. So that was dope. And then I haven't been to the new arena for the Warriors, but I love the DJ. All good.
D Sharp. That's my guy right there.
Sharp is a motherfucker.
D Sharp.
Sharp is sharp, man.
See, my man Bash got love for the DJ.
Up. Yes, sir.
Always, man.
I love when you could hear the songs through the TV, like when the game's playing.
Yeah.
That's hella dope.
He got his own versions of like E40 records and stuff like that, which is really dope.
He's definitely OG with it.
So before we're out of here, because I feel like, you know, I always ask people this question, and I feel like it's a good way to end it, but who would be on your Bay Area Mount Rushmore?
Ooh, Mount Rushmore.
And this is the last question because, you know, Hev is like looking at me going, yo, wrap it up, bro.
Yeah, my manager don't play, man. Music or rap?
Music. Let's go music.
Ooh, music. Okay.
Well, music makes, well, you know, let's say rap.
I want to go rap. Yeah,
let's go rap.
Because you know, Santana and Sly and the
yeah, those are given, you know.
Yeah, so let's go to rap. Well, off top, it's Too Short, E40, and Mac Dre. That's three.
Okay, that's three.
How many we need?
Two more.
Two more for Mount Rushmore? Okay. So we get those out the way quick. Those are no-brainers. The other two would be I mean, you got the new guys coming, you know, we got some damn, let me see.
I'd like to say Pilo deserves to be on that.
Pilo. I just seen Pilo at the Niner at that game. Oh, yeah.
Pilo's definitely
moving.
He's moving. Would you say that that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
So that's four.
When you heard me say the kind of the newer, that's when you do that. Yeah. And then, God, I mean, I need to smoke a joint and really think, man. Because I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna leave here and I'm gonna think, damn, I should have said
yeah.
Damn. I'm a Nicotina guy. I love Andre Nicotina. I think he should be up there. I'm gonna have to go with.
I think Dre Dog is fair.
Dre Dog, yeah. Nicotina, Dre Dog, yeah.
I think Dre Dog is fair. Ayo for Yayo.
Oh, God, that was hard.
I smoked Chewy like a motherfucking nut. Come on, man.
Yeah, dog. And, you know, I remember meeting him for the first time, and he was so cool to me, bro. He was the coolest motherfucker. Tall as fuck, looking like Show Enough from that old school karate movie. But he goes, do your shit, Bash. Fuck these motherfuckers. Because Sugar had just came out. So me from doing the street shit, all of a sudden to do some lovey-dovey shit for the girls, I caught flack. You know, oh, this motherfucker doing it for the girls and shit. And I'm like, why don't you like girls? What the fuck? I love girls. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck you want me to do? And I remember Nicotina's, do that shit, baby Bash. Keep the fuck
in the deep-ass voice.
Oh, he was just like a character. I love it,
That's classic.
So me and him hung out. We you know, we always talk about doing stuff together and hanging out. I mean, we've hung out a couple times, but doing stuff together, but he's an interesting cat, interesting character. I love Dre Dog.
That's what's up. Baby Bash in the building. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Very long overdue conversation.
Yeah, yes,
My
sir.
brother right here, 707 Vallejo.
Man.
Let's go. We go way back. Man.
Real spill.
But yo, man, let's make it a regular thing, man. Whenever you out here or whenever I'm in Texas, like, you know, we definitely got a link, man.
Yes, sir.
So,
Culture Kings. I'll be in Australia soon to see all my Culture King folks in Australia.
Absolutely.
We'll have heaps of fun. Heaps, right? That's what they use, heaps, right? They say heaps. Like if we say hella, Man, we're gonna have hella fun. They say heaps of
Oh
fun.
my God. I'm sick. All right. Yo, we out here. It's the
Yee.
basement. E-Rock Baby Bash. Right here, right now. Culture Kings, Las Vegas. Let's go.